There's an urgent new warning on QAnon this morning, with the FBI and Homeland Security saying some followers of this bananas conspiracy theory, many of whom were involved in the Capitol insurrection, could target Democrats and other political opponents for more violence. It comes as out of the White House, you've got the first ever national strategy for countering domestic terrorism, a new plan to try to beef up what the federal government's doing in response to this, something virtually every law enforcement agency says is not a new threat, but something that's just grown over the last few years. Let's bring in two of our best on these beats, NBC's Ben Collins and national security correspondent Ken Dilanian. So, Ben, you're talking about this FBI warning about potential real-world violence from QAnon followers. That's exactly what this strategy is hoping to demobilize.
Yeah, I mean, in this report, it talks about the shift from digital soldiers to real-world conflict. Now, digital soldiers is an expression coined by Mike Flynn, a big QAnon guy who's big into pushing that conspiracy theory and ally over the president. And he talked about needing digital soldiers to fight basically this big culture war over the next few years. But QAnon has unraveled. Q, the secret government insider who is allegedly at the center of this thing, who isn't really a government insider, by the way, hasn't posted in over 6 months. So as people start to realize that they got conned here, they're going to try to find rationalizations around that. And that's what this report talks about. It talks about the idea that while they lose hope, other groups come in. They say domestic violent extremist organizations have tried to recruit these people who've lost hope in QAnon, but still want to fight those same battles, still want to say, hey, the world is run by these satanic cannibals and there's a great reset happening and something Tony Fauci and all this stuff. But they don't want to give up the ghost on that. They want to radicalize them. And that's what white supremacist groups have kind of like dived in on places like Telegram to go recruit those people.
Ken, there's no real bill yet, right? Plan to enact some of this strategy on countering domestic terrorism. This is kind of like the plan to make the plan, it seems.
That's a smart way to put it, Hallie. One thing that's missing from this strategy is any proposal to create a domestic terrorism law that creates criminal penalties for domestic terrorism. No one who has been charged in the Capitol riot has been charged with being a terrorist, because that doesn't exist right now in U.S. domestic law. And essentially the Biden administration has punted that decision to the Justice Department. They're going to study it further. What this strategy would do, though, is ask the FBI to place a greater focus on this problem of domestic terrorism, and it's asking the Department of Homeland Security to take a harder look at what some domestic extremists are saying on social media, which is controversial, Hallie, and is already provoking an outcry in some right-wing circles. Essentially, it's a whole-of-government approach to sort of elevating the issue of domestic terrorism, which the intelligence community is now saying is the greatest terrorist threat to the United States.
Ben, we've had you on the show a lot over the last few years talking about the issue of conspiracy theories of QAnon, et cetera. Former President Trump, is not riding a unicorn back into office this summer. It's not going to happen. What is your sense as you follow kind of the fever swamps of the internet on these QAnon adherents and any force that may be lessening or the opposite at this point?
Well, QAnon has sort of exploded. It didn't die off. It just, it went all over the place. And
you don't mean exploded like got bigger. You're saying it went into these different pieces, right? You're saying it kind of spun off into a bunch of different things.
The shrapnel has infected various different forms of extremists and conspiracy theorists. A lot of them have shifted into just raw anti-Semitism. One of the biggest QAnon influencers is just an anti-Semitic account saying that the pandemic is a cover for, the Great Reset, which is another conspiracy theory they believe in. Some of them have, shifted to just, like I was saying, white supremacy. Telegram groups really in the aftermath of the 6th did a deep dive and tried to get them deeply involved in their movement that has existed for decades and decades. So they are, they're picking up stragglers, I would say, of a lost movement. This movement has no particular future. There are definitely people still waiting around for the next Q post, and it's been over 6 months now, or waiting for the president to acknowledge that it's real. But largely, it has been folded in to much larger and crazier conspiracy theories about the pandemic.
Is that scarier for those officials who are working on trying to combat that?
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, the top of that memo is basically saying, look, this is not against the law. You can say crazy stuff on the internet. This is the United States. You can absolutely do that. And that's how the reason it's scarier is, you can say all of that stuff and the line is blurry, and, you can dog whistle until the point that you're, rushing the Capitol. And that's exactly what happened on the 6th. It's a difficult intelligence issue.
Ben Collins, thank you so much for staying on top of that story. I want to thank Ken Dilanian as well for his reporting.